Just do not fuck with me. Huwag ninyo akong takot. Boycott. Let's say kayo, di mag-boycott kayo. Huwag na kayo patayin ninyo. I was really translating it. Hala, patayin ninyo ang journalism dito.
Sir, Mr. President, whenever you speak, it becomes headline because frankly, whatever you say is seems to be new to a lot of Filipinos, and including the manner of how you express yourself. And that style actually endeared you to a lot of Filipinos. Dahil po marami ang humahanga sa inyo, do you think the Filipinos should follow your lead in how you express yourself and how you talk?
It's your choice. This is a democracy. Wala naman kung ano. And if they want to follow me, fine. But there are about 15 million plus Filipinos who voted for me. And they heard it over and over again when I was campaigning. So what's the problem? I never pretended. There was no pretensions at all because I do not want to pretend. And you know that. So if you want to follow me, go. Ahead. If you say that in the manner that I said, then if it's bad manners, I'm sorry. I failed in good manners and right conduct, and that is the subject. You're in grade 4. I'm having a headache now.
Some international news organizations are also picking up your statements and are actually likewise they urge to file suit against you. What's your reaction on this, sir?
Bullshit to them. I am not the president of the community.
Next, Carol Argilius of Mindanao.
Ayan ang mahirap nito ngayon, kaya puro tinatakot ka na demand because there's a convention of this, the convention of that, the UN. Putang ina kang UN, hindi mo masolve yung patayan dyan sa Middle East na they're killing people like crazy. Cannot even lift a finger in Africa, they're butchering the black people there. Tumahimik nga kayo, pareho rin kayo pala ng Pilipinas. Do not force me your code of conduct on me. You're not supposed to do that. Okay. I never signed anything which says that I have to behave in such in this manner or in that manner.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
How is the NDF running along in the city?
You mentioned on May 16, in your press con on May 16, that you would issue guidelines in the war against drugs and that it must start at the barangay level.
Yes.
You also said something about enlisting people, ROTC graduates and ex-soldiers, military into ASCAA. Could you...
Yes, to help.
And to arm them?
To help the tide.
Because you
The
said...
unrushing tide of drugs. Yes.
They will be armed.
Yes. What's the purpose of deputizing them? Para lang mamatay sila? When you deputize a person and they go against the drugs and the drugs, there's a book written by I bought 200 of them and I intend to distribute it to the would-be killers of this country. And it's about the cartel of Mexico and Latin America, including Colombia. And if you read your book, you'll have the goosebumps.
So
Yeah.
you're going to do away with the tanods, but you will
No, the
enlist...
tanod, yan, ganito yan eh. If you, look, I am ordering everybody to go after the drugs syndicate, okay? They are armed, and so I said, I will arm the tanods and the civilians who would volunteer to fight the drug problem. They have the arms. And if they think that their life is in danger, then there's a violent resistance, go ahead. I will defend you. I will assume full legal responsibility as president who ordered you. Just follow strictly what I order you to do. There's no point in asking them and risk their lives. What will I give them? A truncheon? Would it make any difference if the other guy, the bad guy, has the 45?
How many would these for every barangay.
Yes,
About-
because every barangay is a problem. So I cannot have a general running the show tapos isang contingent lang with specific assignments.
Would it be
Why is this really a problem about issuing guns? My job is to protect the community and my country. And that's why I said during the last meeting, the Avance, my parting words to everybody is this, or this one, these were the words. Do not destroy my country, I will kill you. Do not destroy the youth of this land, I will kill you. Is it not clear enough to everybody?
Follow up na. Well, follow up, but this is actually, you mentioned new appointees. Can we have,
We have
Can you
here
introduce
si
them now?
Ed wants to dito kasi si Ed is a military man. He used to head the task force Davao, and he will be the undersecretary for civil veterans and retirees affairs, Department of National Defense. Siya yung sa disaster noon. He is a very good officer. Yun na yan. Walang mabait yan. Hindi yan kagaya ng mayor ng Davao. Hindi yan nagmumura. So, you can rest easy. We are in safe hands, actually. Now, the Land Transportation Office has always been a pain in the ass. There's a grid of corruption there. Hanggang ngayon, we have paid our dues to them. We have not received our licenses to drive and the license plates for the car. This amounted to millions, and it is a graft-ridden office. I need a military man to instill discipline. And to, if you want, kick the ass of those who are not really supposed to be there, undeserving of their office. The Land Transportation Office Chief would be General Edgar Galvante. He used to be the regional commander. I was still mayor then when he was assigned here. Then we have the special assistant to the president with general supervision over the PMS. My aide, staff lang ito. Yung staff ko sa office lang of the president. Si Christopher Go. Sa opisina, siya naman, PMS. Is a graduate of LaSalle University, actually. And he specialized in how not to do things the right way. Palagi kong nare-reprimand eh. Then we have the head of the Presidential Communications Operations Office. Wala na siya, Martin Andanar. Comes from Action 5 ka ba? Action 5. Sinong Action 5 dito? Wala na kayo kasi hanap na kayo ng iba. He's going to head the office. But the spokesman remains Sal Panelo. Many of the guys there in Manila also do not like him. When I said, Sal Panelo has been a good friend of mine for the longest time. As far as I'm concerned, he's honest, he can talk, maybe he's also abrasive in his language at times, but that is the nature of a person. You cannot change him, just like me. And we have the Undersecretary of the Department of Labor and Employment, Joel Manglungsod. He belongs to the left. He once upon a time, he went to the mountains to be a cadre. Umakyat ito sa bukid as a cadre sa NPA. Alam mo kung bakit? Naghingi siya ng sapatos pati pantalon sa akin. And it was the uniform of the NPA. This is my government is exclusive. Meron akong military, then I have to appoint the Moro people with cabinet level. I'm just waiting for some, dynamics to be solved in the respective areas. Yun ang mga bago, but still have to many more agencies and offices that I have to fill up. You just give me time. It's not easy to review. Every night, I pour on the qualifications just to make sure na hindi ako mapahiya and I do not end up appointing a son of a bitch. What else?
Pia Ranada of Rappler.
Ayan, walang katapusan yan. Kung ano-ano lang tanongin yan.
Good evening, sir. Sir, just on your catcalling, the previous press con, in Davao, there is a Women Development Code which you yourself
Yes, there is a
championed.
child.
Yes.
Let me stop you there for a while. Now, nasabi nila kalaban ko, they said that empty woman. Davao City is the only city in the entire Philippines that does not have an anti-vice squad. It's the squad that arrests people, yung mga walang ginagawa, and of course, they go around checking on women of their papers. But the practice of this isa pang group of idiots is they arrest women, the prostitutes, they bring them to their office and they abuse them and get their money. Kaya sabi ko, I abolish the anti-vice squad. There is nobody here who can arrest a commercial sex worker, or sometimes also known as the prostitutes. It's only the city health officer. And only when they fail to report, I have allowed them. Kasi hindi ako maibigay trabaho. But they should report every week to the city health officer who will conduct the examination and find out if it's still safe for her to do the trade. Dito lang. Okay, Super. Dito lang.
Okay. Sir, can I ask my question now?
Yes.
So, sir, we have this ordinance nga about the Women Development Code. And in the ordinance, it states that catcalling, whistling, sorry, let me just read it. Part of it. Cursing, whistling, or calling a woman in public with words having dirty connotations or implications is actually sexual harassment. So it seems as if you violated your own ordinance. Do you have any reaction or statement on this?
You don't have any business tapping me. That is a freedom of expression.
Sir, your own law says that there's a limit to expression.
But that's binastos. If you go overboard and you start to harass the woman.
No, sir, the definition in the ordinance is whistling. So,
well, I said if you go, parang you cajole with the woman. Miss, saan ka na?
Sir,
Pero
have you read the
as a matter of fact, when I first saw you, I said, go to another question. You cannot stop anybody from whistling.
Sir.
But I would say, who gave you the right to presume that I was whistling because I saw you?
No.
You have to be in a room, kaisa ka lang, a man and you, and he would whistle.
So, sir, you're saying you were not whistling at Marie's during the time she asked her question?
Of course not. That is objective or is it subjective? Subjective?
No, sir, because she was
You are
she was
guessing.
asking. No, sir, I'm not guessing because she was asking a question, and the question was directed at you, and your reply to her was a whistle. So unless
I
you
was
clarified that you were
exasperated
talking
by
to
the
someone
question.
else,
Whistling is not a sexual thing. Ano,